Good morning.
Good morning.
I don't know if that countdown is loud to everybody else. It's so loud on our end.
It is very loud and it's very abrupt when it ends.
Can we get them to fade a little bit?
Maybe we need the DJ to hop in and improve our audio.
The DJ.
Uh-huh.
Um, so all right, so it is Wednesday, which means Q&A day. And questions that were not answered on Instagram yesterday will be mostly answered here today. Is there anything to discuss before we jump into the questions?
I think we have some like the preview dates for Rock and Roller Coaster. I think that's like the only big news. So annual pass holders will be May 10th, 11th, and 12th. DVC will be May 13th through the 15th, I believe. So I think that is our main bit of news.
Yep, it's getting close.
Yeah. Yeah. So just around the river bend, we will get to do Rock and Roller Coaster. That'll bring back the two of Disney's few roller coasters because they were both offline for quite a while. So having them both back for the summer will be great.
And good luck to you getting our lighting lanes for this.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'm very excited about this opportunity.
All right, so then I think it is time to jump into the questions. Let's start with miscellaneous. How to book a day pass or room at the Hyatt MCO or any other hotels?
For that one, the easiest way to do it, unfortunately, I think is to call the
You
front
can't do it on their website?
I think it's kind of hidden.
It is, but I think you can do it.
If you are stealth enough to find it on their website, do the website then. But otherwise, I've had great success just calling, like the actual Hyatt MCO.
And you can use the Resort Pass app
Mhm.
if you want to look up day passes. We have done that before in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, one of those.
Yeah.
And also I use them here in Puerto Vallarta.
If you do those for something like that, is that a situation where then if you need to make changes, you have to go back through that agency versus if you just book directly?
You go through the app.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So it handles it just like if you were doing an Expedia or
As far as I know.
Okay.
Yes. For your conversations on YouTube, what's the best time out from your trip to submit a form? A month or more would be ideal. For people that don't know what this is about, we do planning sessions on YouTube, and the link to that, if you're on YouTube, it is linked in the community post tab, and then we put it in the comments and stuff sometimes. But yeah. Have you ever looked around Celebration on an off-park day? We have been to Celebration.
It's cute, little planned community. Very walkable.
I used to own a home that was by the same designer of that community. The one that I lived in was hometown in North Richland Hills, Texas. It's very cute. General questions. Can you take someone who's not tall enough through a queue so parents can do rider swap? Rider switch.
Officially, like, no, but we've seen some reports that Disney's testing this in a couple of spots in Tomorrowland. So it's Space and what was the other one?
Space is the one I can think of, but I do know there's one other.
Yeah, I guess maybe over in Tomorrowland if it was just in there. Tron?
Maybe. I don't know.
Would have been the only other one. So it looks like they're at least testing having the option where everybody's going through the queue together, and then the ones who are not tall enough are pulled off and wait at the end of the attraction instead of waiting outside.
I have two issues with this. One is why does the child have to just sit there
Mm-hmm.
and wait when there's so many other things going on? Where if the child was outside of the ride, that they could do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. The other is if the child sees the ride, are they going to want to go on it?
Yeah. Yeah. Like for some, like super little ones, I don't, maybe not as big of an impact, right? Like if it's
An
tiny
infant.
and like an infant. But for an older child, I think it could be a lot to ask them to wait in a line and see all this cool stuff that they don't get to participate in. So, not sure if Disney's going to continue this to other rides.
Mm-mm. No, we have in our writer switch article, we have content about what to do with kids while the other people are writing,
Mm-hmm.
because just keep them busy doing something else.
Yeah.
Single rider at minimum age 7. Which rides, if any, would you actually allow 8-year-old twins to try this on? So the minimum age to ride alone is 7. It's not necessarily single rider. I just want to be clear
Yeah.
about the terms, because only a handful of rides have single rider, but you can ride any ride as long as you are at least 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But if they really are talking about single rider, just hypothetically, I would look at Expedition Everest. And the reason is because you can see the single rider line. Like the whole time that they enter the single rider line to the time they board,
Mhm.
you can see it, even if you're not in the line. Like you can just stand right outside near the gift shop. And none of the other rides, I think, meet that description. Like, so if you do a single rider in the other attractions, your kid gets in line and, they disappear in through the doors. So I would try Expedition Everest.
And I looked at this from a different point of view. I was thinking more like, I guess if you knew that they were comfortable riding Expedition Everest, then yes, because I think that's one of the key points about single rider is it's not just that age minimum for any attraction. It's like how comfortable is your child standing in a line by themselves and then riding an attraction by themselves. So I was thinking more like Test Track feels like a relatively not too intense one that a child who is 7, 8 would feel comfortable getting on. But I totally see what you're saying about Expedition Everest if they've ridden it before. Like I would not put them on for their very first time.
No. But if they like it.
Yes.
Have you had good luck in the past getting virtual queues for AP previews? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. We haven't had regular use of virtual queues for a while, but when we do, it's often very competitive because it's for like rides or events that are popular enough to justify a virtual queue. You just have to be real clever with the virtual queue functionality. Like a minute before the virtual queue drops, hit refresh.
Mhm.
Is there anything Descendants or Zombies related at Disney World? Those are my daughter's favorites. I'm not sure that there is anymore.
No, there has been in the past stuff during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
That was last in 2024.
So yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. Tips for second rope drop, Big Thunder Mountain after early entry. Yeah, so for anybody that doesn't know, we have what we call 2 different rope drops. One is the early entry opening, and the other is the regular park opening. And Big Thunder Mountain isn't open during early entry. So would 100% suggest rope dropping it at park opening.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would just position yourself so you are in a good spot. And for that, I think over by the Tangled Bathrooms might be your best bet. And then just be ready to hoof it as fast as you can because most of the people who are doing the regular park opening are going to be coming up the middle there. So you're going to merge together, but your goal is to be as close to the front of the pack as you can.
We might be doing this. We'll see. Lighting lane are sold out for Big Thunder Mountain all next week. Will after hours on May 11th be the only time without a crazy line? We've gone on to Magic Kingdom questions, by the way, in case you're wondering. It is not officially listed on the after hours attraction list yet, I don't think. Is it?
I don't know. I haven't looked, but we do have Jenny who works with us, who was in the park. Did she say yesterday? And she said that the standby line was not nearly as bad as it had been like the first day. So I would not toss out the option of doing standby if you can commit to being there right at the start of the day, or if you don't mind jumping in the line towards the end of the evening. That might not be such a bad option either.
Yeah, I just checked and it's not officially on the after hours list right now. But hopefully it will get added.
Yeah, I'm have you looked at the standby line weights on it?
No, but
I'm just,
it's still so new.
yeah, I'm just curious as to what the wait times are. I'm looking right now. This is live. This is great content. Let me just scroll down to the bottom. Are you surprised that the app is glitchy?
It's really hard to get screen recordings of things to use as examples when it just glitches every time.
Every
I'm
time.
like,
45 minutes right now, which is, I mean, not ideal, but also,
but that's been open an hour, probably an hour and 10 minutes,
mm-hmm,
and it's 45 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's not too bad.
no. And in reference, Peter Pan's is 40.
Okay. All right. Dessert party 8:30, happily ever after 10 o'clock. How does he start late at 8:45? You can do it from either, I mean, you'll have your wristband on, so you can leave the dessert party and go out towards Main Street if you want, or you can go out to the fireworks viewing area.
Mm-hmm.
It's obstructed, but you wouldn't have to hold a spot.
No, you can see them both.
Epcot question. Epcot closes early July 1st. Big impact to Hollywood Studios crowds that day?
Probably. Like anytime you have one park that is closing and that capacity needs to go someplace. But also keep in mind that it's only people who have park hoppers then, or people who have the ability to hop, like annual pass holders. So it won't be everybody who's exiting Epcot and heading to another park, but a decent chunk will.
Well, and I actually wondered if they meant leaving Epcot or if they meant going to Hollywood Studios instead of Epcot because
Oh.
of the early closure. But either way, I mean, yeah, it's going to be a good day to go to Epcot if you just want rides, and everything else will be a little bit busier.
Yeah.
Hollywood Studios question. Plan Hollywood Studios Day, May 26th. Should we switch with all the new things opening that day? We will be there.
Yeah. This is one case where maybe it might be a good idea to switch, just because it's multiple things that are opening. It's not just like one attraction.
But my issue is that multiple parks have things opening, though, too.
Yeah, but nothing's as big, I don't think, as Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah. So we have at Magic Kingdom. No, Big Thunder's already open. Okay, at Magic Kingdom, it's the Jessie Dance Party, Heather.
I know, and I do expect that to draw huge crowds. Maybe compete with Rock and Roller Coaster, but I still think Rock and Roller Coaster is going to win.
Epcot has Soarin' and the Goofy Party debuting that day. Animal Kingdom has Bluey debuting that day.
Does Soarin' debut that day, or is Soarin' on Memorial Day?
No, the 26th. It's all the 26th. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, Hollywood Studios has Rock and Roller Coaster, the Muppets, Smuggler's Run, and the Disney Junior Dance Party. So yeah, it might be busy.
Yeah. So that's what I might consider doing something a little different, or just try to avoid that area.
The Rock and Roller Coaster, Smuggler's Run, and Dance Party area.
Yeah. So you're just going to Mickey and Minnie's.
That's it. Okay. Hollywood Studios, if I had to pick one, Villain Show or Little Mermaid Show at Hollywood Studios, taking a 7-year-old. I mean, what's their interests?
Yeah.
Because I'm probably going to the Little Mermaid Show.
Oh, I like the Villain Show.
Mm-hmm.
The Villain Show negatives are, I don't like the queue where you wait because you're kind of outside with just some umbrellas, which isn't the most pleasant way to wait. The Little Mermaid Show, at least a decent chunk of the queue is covered. So if that weighs into it at all.
I like the live performance singing in Little Mermaid show.
I like the live performance in the villain show.
Mm. Either one, but if you have to pick one, then I would choose it based on which characters you're into.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of dining questions this week. Table service recommendation to impress foodie mom, but still good for toddler and preschooler. I mean, technically everything at Disney, or almost, is good for kids.
Mm-hmm.
There's only a couple of exceptions to that. I was thinking maybe Narcoossee's.
I was gonna say resort food. I think tends to be a little bit better than the in-park food. So I love Narcoossee's.
Narcoossee's, California Grill.
Mm-hmm.
California Grill gets you fireworks views if you time it right, or just lake views if anytime. And then great food service. So that's probably my favorite. But there's so many good ones.
Yeah.
Wailulu following afternoon break, or Plaza before Starlight for dinner.
Oh.
I mean, Wailulu has the better food and views.
Mm-hmm.
Plaza is just okay.
Yeah, but it's got air conditioning.
I know. Wailulu feels fine though.
To be fair, though, we haven't done Wailulu in August.
We haven't, but it was so warm. So I don't know. Wailulu would be my pick, but.
And also, I guess it depends on if you are already at the Poly, I would just do Wailulu. Like if you're already there. I don't know that if you're not there, that I would.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a hike to get there.
Yeah.
Since it's basically located between two monorail stops.
Mm-hmm.
What is the likelihood of getting a walk up at Wailulu? I don't know, but you have to be close. So that is one of the issues with that is that you have to be close to get it. So that's tricky unless you're staying there.
Yeah, because then you're committed to dining there, which is not a bad deal because we do like Captain Cook's. If all else fails, you can go get the pork nachos or whatever they are. But yeah, you are committed to being there to try to get on the walk up list.
What is your favorite on-site restaurant? I was trying to think. I like everything at Riviera, like a lot. So Topolino's is well known for breakfast, but their dinner's really good too. And then they have great coffee place, and they have one of the best quick service, and they have Bar Riva, which is one of my favorite chill places to just walk up to. So like as a resort, that one is like 100%. But like I already talked about California Grill for special occasions. But where we actually end up more than anything is Nomad Lounge and La Cava.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I'm better at like favorite food item than I am like favorite on-site restaurant because we've eaten at so many places that in general I have like a favorite at each place versus a favorite restaurant other than La Cava, Nomad, Baseline.
Yeah. How does table service dining credits work on resort swap day? They expire at midnight.
Yeah, your credits expire at midnight. If you have any issues where it's pulling from the wrong credits, for example, if you have the dining plan spanning across 2 different reservations, you might have to see somebody go to the front desk, guest services, at your resort. But otherwise, your original credits from your first reservation will expire at midnight on the day that you switch.
We have a bunch of promo questions. We've never had a category just for promos, but this time it was justified. Will there be a sailor promotion for tickets for fall travel dates? So I'm going to drop the link to our promo tool. It's like a promo search tool so that you can look at what's been available. And that might answer a lot of the questions. So we don't have a way of predicting. We just know what has happened, which is why we have the history. Do you think there will be any Florida resident ticket specials for this summer? I would doubt that, honestly. Do you think there will be another kids eat free dining for 2027? We don't know.
I don't think so. I think what all they've offered right now for 2027 is a percentage off for kids.
For next year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, it's a kind of early to know.
uh-huh. But for like if they're talking about like what they had for this year, which was announced when packages came out for 2026 that kids will eat
Oh,
free for all of 2026. I don't know that we're going to see anything additional for 2027 at this point, other than pockets of time when they will do possibly free dining.
they need to see what the bookings
Mhm.
look like. When do you think we'll see promos for the end of the year? See the other link, please. We have a few Halloween party questions. Scared we are going to miss tickets for Not So Scary on October 13th. You'll be fine.
Yeah, don't be scared. If you're staying on site, you could buy tickets now, right?
Mhm.
If you're off site, you've got a few more days to go, but it's not going to be sold out by.
Offsite and UK. A lot
Mhm.
of people in the UK have to wait till that offsite date for some reason. But you'll be fine. Usually the Halloween party sells out early, sometimes the first day. It did not sell out yesterday.
Mhm.
Um, is the Not So Scary Halloween party worth it? Worth it is the hardest question for us to answer because we don't know what's important to you.
Yeah.
But if
If
you can you stay up late?
if yes, can you stay up late? And your kids, if you're going with like younger ones, can they stay up late? And if you're into the special Halloween exclusive things, like if you're into special parades, special fireworks, stage shows, trick or treating, if that's your thing, then it's probably worth it. If you're just there for Magic Kingdom rides and attractions, probably not. And if you like are done at 8:30 at night, definitely not.
Yeah, I have a YouTube video coming out Friday called 9 Tips to Prepare for the Halloween Party. And I think that could be helpful to decide if you want to buy tickets
Mhm.
or if you just bought tickets, how to kind of start preparing for that. Which app do you recommend for dining reservations? I have a YouTube video where I did test on multiple tools, and the one that was the best was Mouse Watcher. No dining availability for party of two. Can I reserve for three if only two show up? Yes.
Mhm.
As long as one person shows up, you can make a reservation for seven. And if one person shows up, then you don't get a cancellation fee. But it would be very interesting if they had reservations for three, but not two.
Yeah, I'm guessing because they're putting them on a four top, but
Hmm.
uh, that can be frustrating. But you'll be fine, like Shannon said. If one person shows up, you're good.
Resort question. If I had to pick a resort along the emojis got lost when I pasted it here, but it was along the monorail or the bus route, which one for a family of three, one bedroom? Uh,
Mm.
all the resorts are on the bus route. So no worries about that.
Hmm.
But one bedroom, I'm wondering if this person means one bedroom in the way that Disney means one bedroom, or if they mean it as one hotel room.
Yeah.
The way that Disney uses this is a one bedroom room is separate. Like the bedroom itself is closed off, separate from the, entry living space. So I don't know which one this would be. But if you say along the monorail, any of those resorts, the rooms are huge. So your kid could have their choice of a queen bed or a twin.
Yeah. Um, and we don't know the age of the kiddos, but anything along the monorail is great. If they're into more like they want a pool vibe, like kids like swimming, I think the Polly's might be better for that. If you want to be able to walk to Magic Kingdom, Contemporary, or Grand Floridian are definitely easier for that. There's there's not any bad options.
Yeah. Or have to have more information to get more specific
Uh-huh.
than that. We have some crowd questions. Which week of May for the best time to go? Usually in the middle.
Hmm.
Usually in the middle. We have a crowd calendar, and we have 2027 is out, but mid-May. Crowd calendar, drop the link. Okay. What you're dealing with in May is cheer competitions at the beginning, and then, more people showing up towards the end of the month. With the recent 2027 crowd calendar, do you still feel as though May is a better month to travel than August?
It again depends on.
I don't know if we ever said May was better than August, by the way.
It depends on if you're looking for maybe a little bit less humidity and less temps versus higher temps and lower crowds.
Yeah. I mean, they're both hot, both probably rainy. May is going to have Flower and Garden Festival. August, if it's the very end of the month, would have food and wine. But most of the month has Halloween parties. I don't know.
It just depends on what you're trying to get out of your trip.
The park picker picked me to go to Epcot the day before I was going to Epcot after hours. Yay or nay? Sure. You can do that.
Yeah. I guess I'm confused. Do they just not want to do double?
I guess Epcot 2 days in a row. But lots of people do that. But if you're a paid member, you can edit your choices and move them around, and then it will give you feedback on those choices. So do whatever you want. A couple of lightning lane questions. Is Weight Magic worth it if you're going during a low crowd season? What I would do is book your lightning lanes before your trip. And if you don't like the times that you got, you can sign up for Weight Magic to modify them. But if you do like the times you got, maybe you don't need it.
Yeah. I also think it's such a low investment, relatively speaking, compared to the cost of your overall trip, that just to keep that in mind, that you're not really, I mean, trips are already expensive. You never want to spend money that you don't have to. But if you even think you might want to be modifying something, it may be worth it just to go ahead.
Yeah. It's kind of a routine now for me personally, is to book lightning lanes for a trip and then set up the modifications immediately in Weight Magic, because we have an annual subscription there. Can 90 lane multipass be modified individually for a group of 6 on the day? Yeah, you could do whatever.
You can select who you want to modify for.
Yes. A few Disneyland questions. Best bars at Downtown Disney and or Disneyland hotels, Trader Sam's.
Yeah.
And if you're not committed to being inside, outside is so lovely. Great views.
And I like I think it's the Vista Parkside, which is right near Disneyland Hotel 2. It's really cute, very mid-century, and they have some like fun cocktails there.
The Craftsman Bar inside the Grand Californian is another great one. It's so cozy, and would recommend that. I've been hearing good things about the new Centricos as well, which is in Downtown Disney. Somebody asked DCA rip drop strategy. We don't cover Disneyland detailed like that, but magicaltourguide.com will have the info. How many days do you recommend for a first timer at Disneyland? 3 or 4?
Yeah, I was gonna say 3. But if you can do 4 is great. I think 3 is a sweet spot.
Son will turn 3 on. We're skipping a Disney cruise. Son will turn 3 on a DCL cruise. Can he go into the kids club? I had to look this one up, but basically, the day he turns 3, he can go to the kids club. Before that, he can go to the nursery, and you can take him to open house the day that you get on, so that he can see the kids club. But he can't physically go in until he is 3. They have his birthday, so they'll know.
Yeah.
But you can go to the nursery. But nurseries will you have to pay for them, but they will take your kids. Like, even if the kid is not necessarily interested in going, but with the kids clubs, they have to be willing to go on their own. But
Mhm.
you don't have to pay for that. Last question. Do you have any content about Aulani, when to book, how the activities work, crowd levels? I asked for resources for this on Instagram once and was told DA Hawaii Moms is the answer. Let me make sure that name is correct. Yes, DA Hawaii Moms on Instagram. And they have information that should be helpful. We've never been to Aulani.
No, no, it's on the list. If it ever slows down at Disney World, maybe maybe we can figure it out. But Disney World keeps us too busy.
All right, we had some people chiming in with comments and questions while we were doing the Q&A. So the first one is Diane says, for a family of four with an infant and toddler, Disneyland or Disney World?
Disney.
I would do Disneyland.
Yeah, me too.
If I could start all over again, I would do Disneyland with little ones because you don't have to worry as much about the weather usually. Like Florida is so extreme with like hot and humidity and rain. And so you have to pack ponchos and fans and all that kind of stuff. Disneyland doesn't need that. It's easy to come and go. Whereas at Disney World, if you've got a kid that needs a nap or is having a meltdown, well, you got to get on a bus. It could take an hour. Disneyland, you just stroll it out of the park to walk to your hotel usually. And it's just small.
Yeah.
It's easier.
Yeah, you can get a lot done on a 3-day trip at Disneyland, 3 days at Disney World, just because of trying to get around and the sheer size of it. You'd definitely be picking and choosing what you're doing, including which parks you go to.
Brian says, what is your recommendations for transportation from MCO to resort? Disney resorts leaning more into a private service or minivan. I think if you're adults only, rideshare. If you have kids, private car transportation probably makes the most sense. Minivans are expensive.
They're expensive. Yeah. The nice thing about the private service too is that they will usually help you with your bags. So that's an added perk.
And a lot of them will make a grocery stop. So you can order something from Publix and pick it up. Okay. Christine says, Descendants and Zombies have a national tour going on this summer and fall. We are attending in Charlotte. If there's enough to justify a national tour, then why isn't there a presence in the parks?
Great question.
Okay. What's your opinion on Fantasmic dining plan? Is it worth it? We're thinking of getting a package for 50s primetime in early August. Is it always for the first show? It's not always for the first show. I think if I was on the Disney dining plan, I would get it because it costs the same as just eating at the restaurant. So you might as well get a voucher for the Fantasmic show. It's very optional, though.
Yes, especially in early August. It's not a super busy time of the year. If you weren't already planning to eat at 50s prime time, you don't necessarily need to have that package in order to get a spot.
Yeah. In early August, it might be easier too. Christine says, Heather, don't feel bad about not knowing the answer to every single question. We're here to crowdsource for you.
I might have went on a rant on the Patreon recording on Friday about how fun it is to be so confidently incorrect over and over and over and over again.
And I'm calling it immersion therapy because next week is 14 years doing this. So you get desensitized a little bit. Deshane, Magic Band Plus has been dead for 2 years. Would you call to get a troubleshoot, or would it be better to buy a new one? Just scared that the new one might go out and not come back on. They don't have to light up to work. You can still use them to like get into the parks, to check in for lightning lanes, to have PhotoPass photographers scan it to get into your hotel room. The only thing that needs charging is the lights that interact with the parks.
Yeah. Everything else will still work. I haven't charged mine since 1933. Like I think I charged it once and then I got tired of trying to update it and probably very similar issue to what you're having where like it just like the updates would never go through, it wouldn't connect correctly. But the features that I use, tapping into the park, opening up my doors, it all works. So that's all I care about.
Michelle says, going with a group of 6, May 18th to the 23rd, we are booking all Lightning Lane Multipass the same next week to start with. Once there, can individuals modify from the reserved Lightning Lanes after the first tap? Yes.
Yes. You can just pick who you want to switch things for. So very easy.
Lindsay says, do you suggest getting multipass for Epcot if we will be using the extended hours at night for deluxe guests? I think most people think of Lightning Lanes as pretty optional for Epcot.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you, if you are entering through the International Gateway, like if you're a rope dropper and you're going through International Gateway, I would get a single pass Lightning Lane for Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
If you're entering from the front, Remy's is going to be your biggest challenge.
Yeah.
If you are interested in like rope dropping and reducing weights and all that kind of stuff. Very optional. Any ideas for a girl's first birthday? Want to make it special. Oh, even though she is young. Trip is in September.
Well, since you're going to be at Disney World, maybe a special character meal. If you think that your little one is not going to be scared by the characters, that could be fun. I would definitely, if it were my kiddo on the first birthday, I would try to get as many pictures as I could. Just to celebrate that, even maybe book a capture your moment because it's not a huge time commitment. I don't think it's too much for a 1-year-old for, what is it, 30 minutes, 15 minutes? I can't remember. It's like a short period of time. So that would be overwhelming for a little one. And then maybe just pick something that that they will enjoy no matter what it is. It doesn't have to be big and grand.
Have they gotten their hair cut before?
Yeah, there you could get a haircut on Main Street.
Mm-hmm. And that would be a memento. It's really more for you.
Yeah, yes. Hence my push for the pictures.
That's right. Is there a resource on the site for after hours party tips? I just put a link to it. We have after hours tips. Plenty of them to maximize your time. This is, hi, that's me. I'm at 1 bedroom with a separate living space. Okay, so 1 bedroom with a separate living space that is on the monorail or bus, but all of them are on buses. The cheapest way is going to be a suite of All-Star Music.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the cheapest.
Yes.
And then Art of Animation. But that's on the Skyliner.
Uh-huh. And a great option. If you really want like theming stuff, if you want something that's more deluxe, again, I think any of the ones on the monorail loop are a great option.
But would rent DVC points to do it. So the villa resorts have actual 1 bedrooms in it. That's what they're called. And so you can rent points to do that. And those exist at most of the deluxe resorts.
Yes.
Okay. As a solo traveler, should I keep my 1 bedroom Boulder Ridge for 4 nights or switch to 1 day club level and 3 nights at Copper Creek Deluxe Studio with shower at the same pass holder price discount? I would not be in a 1 bedroom by myself.
Oh, I would. All day, every day, I would be in that 1 bedroom by myself, and I would be doing laundry every day. Why? Because I can, because I'm in the 1 bedroom by myself. Yeah, and I don't like to switch. I don't like having to switch between 2 different spots. I want to just get unpacked and be ready to live inside my new 1 bedroom at Boulder Ridge.
Yeah. No, nobody remind Heather that we have 3 hotels on our 5-night trip.
Please don't.
This month. No, I mean, it depends what you're into because I love club level and I love a deluxe studio. I don't like big spaces when I'm by myself. I want it to be as small as possible. So depends what is a priority. This person followed up with, I'm afraid if I switch out the one bedroom, I won't be able to if I change my mind. Yeah. Yeah. Are you bothered by lots of space or do you prefer it?
Yeah. Do you want to have laundry in your room? Even if you don't need to do your laundry, do you want to have that as an option? Do you want a place to just sit and chill without having to fold something down or put something back?
Does this one bedroom have a bathtub? I could be swayed.
See,
I
yes,
love a bathtub.
a bathtub. Um, yeah, so many pros to that one bedroom. Also, it is a bigger space, but that's
Can we crash on the couch in the living room?
Mm-hmm.
That could sway, my opinion. Anyway, all right. That is it for the questions that were submitted and the comments that came in today. We have one more day this week. And then Friday, I have some tips for preparing for the Halloween party. But that's it for now. We'll see you tomorrow.